Now, there's some rules that we use for naming that we went over. When we use when we have a chemical reaction, some of our reactions, when we put them together, we put a metal and a non-metal together. When we name them, we put the metal first, and then we add the non-metal, and we take off the ending off the non-metal, and we replace it with IDE. So here we have Fe. Fe is iron, and we have S. Fs is sulfur. And when I change them, I have ferrous sulfide, or ferrous is the Latin term for iron, or you could say iron sulfide. Both of those terms would be correct, because some scientists will use ferrous, which is the Latin term, or they will use iron. So knowing your terms is very helpful there. All right, so we're going to practice with a couple of these. We were trying to do that last time, and we never got quite through. So we already put our metals first, and we have our non-metals second. So let me see if somebody would like to come on and tell me what beryllium and oxygen would be called when I put them together. All right, Micah?
Beryllium oxide.
Very good. So I just take the last ending off, usually the last syllable, and I'm going to replace it with "ide." So oxide. Very good. So beryllium oxide. And then I've got aluminum and fluorine. What would that be? Let's see. Sarah, can you come on and tell us?
Aluminum fluoride.
Very good. Aluminum fluoride. Very good. Have you guys ever heard of the word fluoride before? I'm sure you have. Ah, very good. Toothpaste. Okay, very good. So I was going to say, if you've hopefully you brushed your teeth at least once in your life, and you've got some of our toothpastes have fluoride in them. If you have city water, a lot of city waters will keep just a small amount of fluoride in the water, and that's supposedly to help prevent tooth decay or cavities. I don't know if I would really want fluoride in my water. You want to be very careful with some of these chemicals, because they might be helpful for some things, but they also can be very harmful in other ways. So too much fluoride can be very harmful to you. All right, CuCl, that's copper and chlorine. What do I call that? Let me see. Danny, can you come on and tell us what would we call that?
Copper and chloride.
Very good. Copper chloride. Sometimes you're going to see copper called cuprous or cupric. So you would hear it as cupric chloride or cuprous chloride. And either one, all those terms would actually be correct. It just depends on what you're reading. I'd prefer to use copper chloride. It's just a little bit easier for you to understand. And then we did this one on our last page. We had Fe, which is iron, and S, which is sulfur, and that's iron sulfide. Okay, so now let's take a look here. We have a few things. I put some chemicals up here, or some formulas. Now, let's see if you guys can figure these out. So I'm going to have you take out your chart if you have it. The first one, we got Na, and then we have S. See if you can figure that out. And once you have it, why don't you come on mic and tell me what this compound would be called?
Sodium bisulfide.
All right, very good. So sodium, and you could call it disulfide or sodium sulfide. Either one would be correct. Okay, so then we have BaCl2.